So the reason I've hired you is because I have terminal brain cancer, and I want you to film me to make a video diary for my unborn son.
Marissa and I went to the movies. Well, not exactly. We watched a video on demand. It's called Creep. This stars our old friend Mark Duplass, who we know from The League, and another guy who I've never really seen before, Patrick Bryce.
Yeah.
And in the film, what's the premise of the film?
Well, we see Patrick Bryce just driving his car. It's just, he has his own camera. He's shooting this. It's a very low budget film.
He answers a Craigslist ad about a guy who wants to invite a filmmaker out to the country to shoot a personal video. He pays him $1,000.
Yeah, so $1,000, it's great, especially
You would do it.
Well, I mean, not by myself. I wouldn't do that, just drive out to the countryside. He didn't know what he was getting himself into. And then when he gets there, he meets Mark Duplass's character.
I'm assuming you're Aaron.
Yeah, I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you.
Joseph. Oh my God.
You know, at first I actually got a pretty positive impression of him. His name is Joseph. That's the character that he plays. And what he's doing is he tells Patrick Bryce's character that he has brain cancer. He's going to die soon. He wants to make a video for his unborn child. And you don't know at the start what's true and what's not true. So he's going through the motions of kind of being a dad for a child that's not alive yet. And you
Which
just
is
wonder.
so strange.
I understand why he would want to have some sort of visual documentation to share with his child in the future.
Of course, the story behind why he needs the man to come there and videotape him makes sense. It's not your typical horror film. I mean, it's not your typical film in general. There's just two guys here and one camera.
This isn't exactly horror, but it feels like a film that plot-wise has a foot firmly planted in the world that we live in now, where Uber and Craigslist are all big things. We trust strangers now going forward, and you have to think about how much we trust those strangers and how much you want to open yourself up to these people because you don't know what the result's going to be.
Bottoms up.
It didn't feel labored. It felt very much kind of from the heart. Both performances felt very genuine and believable, and I kind of can't believe what's there. Like, it's not a traditional horror movie at all. There's horror elements, there's thriller elements.
But people should know it's very strange. It's very uncomfortable to watch.
You need to get out of that house right now.
I'm always kind of fingers crossed hoping for a good horror thriller kind of movie. I haven't had one since It Follows, which I thought was terrific earlier this year. This isn't quite as good as It Follows, but it's pretty good, and I think it's worth renting for video on demand, definitely.
All right, yeah. I mean, $5 to rent this thing, that's not too bad.
What are you going to score Creep, Marissa Roberto?
Ooh, it is getting a 6.5.
It's going to get an 8 from me.
EP's movie coverage is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Splatoon for the Wii U.